my name's Joyce Gibb. Thanks so much for being with me today. And I got an email from a reader from Boston that listens to the radio show in Boston from WEZE in Boston, Massachusetts. It says, my kids are 13 and 10-year-old boys. We live in Boston. Should I give them vitamin D3? If yes, what kind and what dosage? Thank you. So that made me think, okay, we should probably, again, every year we try to put a little support package together for kids for returning back to school. And now with COVID, we want to do some antiviral support with that as what would be necessary anyway, because usually fall and winter, of course, are the worst viral seasons. One of the things, I'm just going to go through this, D3 is at the nucleus of every cell. So any one nutrient that you need that upregulates and downregulates over 1,000 genes in your body is D3. It's a fat-soluble, vitamin. And we have, for kids, we have a liquid D3, and there's 4,000 IUs in a dropper here. So I would just recommend one dropper a day for that. Some antiviral support. There's a few things that we have here. The first one is one of my favorite, and it's Sambuca's elderberry gummies. They taste really good. You can just take one a day. They chew them. They're gummies. They're elderberry flavor, which is like a berry flavor. It tastes very good. So I would do that because that's antiviral support. The other thing that is a lozenge that they can suck or chew on is the Immune Max and Max Immune. And it has elderberry, has a little bit of zinc, it has multiple other nutrients in here that are antiviral, like, has some ginseng and things like that. So this would just chew one of these up a day. There's very low amounts of supplementation nutrients in there. So you probably only just need to do one for multiple ages, probably at least at 5 or up. The other thing that's good for kids is their brain. They need to have good fats for their brain. We have Nordic Naturals Pro DHA, and they taste like they're a fish oil, but they actually taste strawberry flavored, that you can either swallow them or you can chew them up. And kids never complain about them. They taste pretty good. Usually you can do 2 a day or to start with, or 2 twice a day. The orange chewable vitamin C. So as you know, this is a little bit of ascorbate and some ascorbic acid. Most chewable vitamin C is ascorbic acid, but there's some ascorbate form in here, which is more absorbable. And this vitamin C tablet actually has on it, it's 500 milligrams. You could do 1 of those a day. And that helps boost your immune system, helps upregulate detox pathways. Also, there's Kids Vites chewables. They're like multivitamin that are chewables. They don't taste bad at all. It's really one of the best tasting ones I've tasted, but it's still a lot of minerals in there, and it does still, it's a chewable multivitamin. So I would recommend 1 to 2 of those per day. And the next part of this whole thing is kids need to eat right. If they're not eating right, they're not getting all the antioxidants. If they just eat pizza and chicken fingers and things like that and subs, then they're not getting the antioxidants. So even if you can have them eat something when they come home from school, school lunches aren't the best lunches typically. There are some school lunches are pretty good, but eat the colors of the rainbow. They can have sliced cucumbers. They can have, some carrots. They like radishes, or they can even dip some broccoli and cauliflower, raw cauliflower, in a little bit of ranch dressing. Is not going to be the end of the world, parents. So just make sure they get the colors of the rainbow. So food is most nutritious. Make sure that they're able to exercise. Make sure they're sleeping. So, kids need a lot more sleep than we do. And so they should sleep probably 8 to 10 hours a night at a minimum. And take their phones away from them. Let them charge their phones downstairs or your room or whatever. But they're not sleeping well. They're not cleaning up the debris in their brain. So eating, sleeping, digesting, make sure they have a bowel movement every day. I know some kids, of course, you're going to be not monitoring that because of their age. But if they're constipated, upstream is their liver. The liver can't empty and those toxins dump over and they start getting rashes on their skin. That's where a lot of eczema is mainly from your gut, and your immune system is not in shape as it should be. So, I mean, I'd love to help you with your kids. I worked at Children's Hospital in Columbus for 20 years on the transport team. So that's one of my favorite things is helping kids get well on their journey to good health too. So give us a call. Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening. If you want to make sure you're getting the latest health information, click the subscribe button below and ring the bell. That way you can make sure you're not going to miss out on any of the latest information.